Yeah, I think the one I still have around the house here, I always kept. Its cover's ripped off and it's highlighted to death, but is the book.
The book.
Just the book, yeah. But the library at the college I went to had most of his stuff, and a lot of it's very heavy. He did comparative religion and stuff writing, but
Yeah, he was a real intellectual, deep thinking, profound individual.
yep,
You know, you have to wade through it a bit.
yeah. The book is a good introduction, I think, to his writing.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I think that night I told you I lived in San Francisco and I was working in an art gallery.
Mm-hmm.
I was cleaning out. We were cleaning out one of the floors. The guy had lost the building, so we were downsizing and going through boxes of amazing stuff. And one of the things I found in there was a handwritten letter from Alan Watts.
No, no kidding.
And the guy who owned the gallery, I said, "Was this isn't Alan Watts, the Alan Watts, is it?" And he's like, "Yeah." What apparently happened is at his art gallery, there was a sculptor named Ron Boise. I don't know, you probably don't know him.
I don't.
He did some of the stuff on the Further bus for Ken Kesey, some welding and stuff. But he had a show there, and it was obscene, I guess. It was considered obscene. And Alan Watts testified in the trial.
No, no kidding.
You know, for on the side of the sculptor.
Uh-huh.
So that letter was in there from that. But that guy was friends with Ken Kesey and stuff back in the 60s. So,
Wow.
I don't know if he's still around, but he was a pretty neat guy. Do you have any favorite pieces of music? Maybe like you mentioned the Beatles earlier, but any favorite pieces that you like to play and perform?
Not really. I have some favorite pieces from the artists that I mentioned earlier. The one that springs to mind is Mr. Gone from Weather Report. Black Market from Weather Report. There's a whole bunch of Beatles tunes that I particularly love. But you know, I don't really perform much, Dan.
Right.
In fact, I don't really perform anywhere. I fell in with some colleague, but I don't usually perform really much.
Right. So you're just doing the recording and
Yes.
yep.
My favorite song of all is the one I'm working on.
Right. Yeah.
I listen to it over and over and over and over, and if I don't love it, then I'm not doing it right.
Well, this is interesting because I just started doing not what you're doing. You're a whole different level, but one of my students started telling me I should do more cover tunes for videos, and I was like, well, I can't sing. I can't sing that good to play these. But I go, but if I can do I'll just figure out the vocal melodies, and I'll find some backing tracks and play with it that way. And that's been really fun. And I'm starting to develop my process. But for one of the songs you do for your YouTube channel, can you describe that process? Like you start by listening to the tune, or
when I do a cover tune?
Yeah, when you do it,
Yeah. Yeah, actually, when I do a cover tune, I go out and find as many versions of it as I can, and I try to find one that really resonates with me. There's something about that particular version that I really love. And then I try to find in my own collection of instruments and sounds and loops and whatever, a set of elements that kind of in my own way emulates the feeling that I'm getting from that version of that song. Sometimes it's the original, but quite often it's not.
Right.
I did an album of Beatles tunes, and in almost every case, I found somebody's version that I thought was really cool, and which kind of took me off into a direction of my own. But that's usually my methodology. Sometimes I'll take a song, like I did a version of the Game of Thrones theme song, and actually I did a video of how I made that.
Oh,
song.
Perfect. Yeah.
Now that I think about it. And remember, it's da 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 da. So what I did with that song is I started by finding the beat. There was a loop or a groove set that I could find that was kind of kind of set that whole song up.
Yep.
So I built the song around that groove.
Cool. Yeah, the one I'm working on right now is A Song for You by Leon Russell.
No kidding.
Which was picking a cover tune. That's not a very good one to pick because it's not super popular. But
it's not obvious.
You know, but I did like some Billy Joel and Prince and Cyndi Lauper. But I've always loved that
your own
song.
Backing tracks?
No, I'm eventually I will be I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
For these, I focus on just getting the melody, and I found Bobby's backing tracks.
Yeah, those are hit, man.
Yeah, so they're like it's a jazz treatment of the tune. So I've been enjoying playing with those, and they sound good.
Did you know that we have a Backing Tracks website?
No.
Yes, backingtracks.pro.
Well, I have another one I can go to.
Yeah, and these are backing tracks of the songs that I've done, both originals and cover tunes. And a few months ago, we added the backing tracks of a guitar player in LA, the Grammy Award-winning guitarist and vocalist named James Felix. And his tracks are just totally hip.
Cool.
So,
well, I'll definitely check that out.
If you're in the market for backing tracks, you should check those out.
I am. I've been I always I would just jam along with stuff that was free, but I've found that the ones you pay for, they're better. And it's good to support the artists who put the time into making those. So yeah. Well, I didn't realize you were doing that. So you have the YouTube channel, backingtracks.pro. What other things are you working on that are in the music realm?
Well, we publish our music. When I say we, I mean my wife Roberta, her son Keith, and I.
Yep.
We have this little corporation called Saxlove Productions Incorporated. And we publish the music that I create to all the digital outlets like Spotify and the Apple Store and Deezer, and there's several dozen of those. So we do have some income from sales and streams from those outlets. As it turns out, there are a whole bunch of people who use our music in their YouTube videos. And so our publisher goes out and finds those, and we get some small portion of the revenue from those videos.
Yeah.
So that's an income stream that we have. And then somehow our music ends up on radio and cable channels and other inobvious places, and somehow we get income from that as well.
Yeah, so that's a tricky thing. That's a whole other world, is figuring out, like, I guess it's licensing or mechanical royalties or whatever the term is, but to actually get paid for that, you have to do a lot of work, just making sure that everything's set up correctly in the beginning, I would assume.
Well, yeah, there's a whole methodology to making sure if you have a library of music that you've published, there's a whole methodology to making sure that you get as much profit as you can. And a lot of it, frankly, has to do with metadata and
right.
and who you have out there looking for that stuff for you.